Mastering oneself is the first and highest of triumphs. Napoleon Hill.
Have you ever felt like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders? As if every criticism, every obstacle, every glance you cross has the power to bring you down? Well, they taught you wrong. Most believe that to be successful, you need to react to everything and everyone. But what if I told you that true personal growth, the true power of the mind, happens precisely when you learn to act as if nothing, absolutely nothing, could shake you? It seems counterintuitive, I know. We grow up hearing that we must fight, respond, prove our worth at every moment. But the great truth is that those who truly manifest wealth, abundance, and personal fulfillment are not the ones who shout the loudest. They are those who, in silence, master their own energy, reprogram their mind, and remain firm, as if the chaos around them simply did not exist. This is not weakness. It's strategic wisdom. It's pure success mentality. What few tell you is that this ability is not a gift for a privileged few. It's a workout. It is a conscious choice, day after day, not to let yourself be captured by the emotional traps of the outside world. And whoever masters this art dominates the game of life. Because when you are no longer controlled by your environment, you become the true creator of your reality. Whether to manifest dreams, to become rich, or to live with peace of mind as you grow from strength to strength. If you're tired of living at the mercy of others, if you feel like it's time to call it quits and build an internal strength that no one can take down, then stay with me until the end. Today, let's explore together how to develop this extraordinary skill that Napoleon Hill considered essential to self-improvement and true success. Oh, and while we're just getting started, subscribe to the channel here and turn on notifications. This is very important so that you continue to receive content like this, which truly transforms your mind, your spirit, and your life. This way, you don't miss any new classes on personal growth, motivation, and powerful manifestation. Now, let's dive deeper into this transformation. Master emotional detachment. True personal growth begins the moment someone decides that they will no longer be a hostage to their emotions. Mastering emotional detachment is like possessing a golden key that opens the doors to abundance and conscious manifestation. Instead of reacting impulsively, the person starts to act with purpose and serenity, maintaining focus on what really matters, their own personal development. Imagine how many opportunities to enrich and grow are wasted just because the mind is still guided by limiting beliefs and negative thoughts. When Napoleon Hill talked about the power of the mind, he knew that controlling emotions was essential to cultivating a successful mindset. After all, those who do not control their own emotions end up being dominated by external circumstances, sabotaging the mental reprogramming process itself. It's like building a sand castle by the sea. With any wave, everything collapses. To become stronger, you need to act like a rock, firm, unshakable, and focused on manifesting your dreams. Mastering emotional detachment also means learning to distinguish between what deserves attention and what should be ignored. If someone wants to get rich and live in abundance, they cannot be distracted by other people's negativity. Think of a person who wants to attract more wealth. They need to invest their time in positive thoughts, powerful affirmations, and concrete actions, such as studying finance, entrepreneurship, or professional development. A good start: read books like Who Thinks Gets Rich by Napoleon Hill or The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. The power of detachment lies in understanding that everything is temporary. Success, failure, criticism, and praise. Those who advance on the path of self-improvement know that true motivation comes from within and not from the applause of the audience. A practical tip is to practice visualizing goals daily, always reinforcing that you already have what you want to manifest. This simple mentalization practice is capable of reprogramming your mind and breaking old limiting belief patterns. Now imagine someone facing a crisis at work. While some despair, those who master emotional detachment see opportunities for personal and professional growth. Instead of falling into the trap of negative thinking, this person stays calm and focuses on solutions. The secret? She doesn't react automatically, she chooses to act. Thus, day after day, you shape a successful mindset, strengthening self-discipline and preparing yourself for ever greater flights. And the most interesting thing is that this emotional mastery creates an aura of respect and admiration around those who practice it. People naturally feel attracted to those who exude security and balance. Anyone who is able to walk through the storms of life with a discreet smile on their face silently demonstrates that they have already understood the great lesson. It is within themselves that true power lies. And speaking of storms, there's something even more fascinating to master in the face of chaos, and that's exactly what we're going to explore next. Overcome chaos with calm. Imagine a chaotic scenario, shouting, pressure, urgent decisions. While many panic, those who master personal growth simply take a deep breath and smile inside. This calm in the face of chaos is a rare and extremely powerful ability. Napoleon Hill already taught that the true power of the mind is not to let oneself be carried by the winds of circumstances, but to be one's own captain of the ship, firm even in rough seas. Mastering this serenity is like having an invisible superpower that commands respect without needing a single word. The mindset of success is built in the small moments when we choose not to lose our heads. Do you want to get rich, attract abundance, live the manifestation of your biggest dreams? So understand, it is in the midst of the storm that great leaders reveal themselves. A good practical exercise is to create the habit of consciously taking breaks during the day. When you feel the pressure increasing, close your eyes for a few seconds, breathe deeply, and visualize the energy of calm taking over your body. This small practice of mental reprogramming transforms automatic reactions into conscious responses. Limiting beliefs often make us believe that losing control is normal in difficult times. But true personal development comes when we rewrite those beliefs. The next time you find yourself in a stressful situation, whether in traffic, in a tense meeting, or facing a financial problem, remember, your mind power is much greater than any external scenario. With self-discipline, you can train this calm until it becomes its natural state, like a muscle strengthened with daily training. A practical example: observe great leaders, successful entrepreneurs, or high-performance athletes. They all share something in common: the ability to keep your mind in the right place while the world seems to fall apart. To develop this skill in your daily life, adopt practices such as guided meditation focused on positive thinking, self-control affirmations, and reading books on personal development, such as The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Each conscious choice reinforces the success mindset you are building. Overcoming chaos calmly is also a shortcut to quickly manifesting your goals. When you stay centered, you send a frequency of safety, of absolute trust to the universe. And it is this vibration that attracts more abundance, opportunities, and professional growth. It all starts within. First you feel, then you manifest. This direct connection between emotional state and material outcome is one of the greatest revelations of true self-help. From this understanding, your life changes radically. And if chaos is inevitable, and it is, what you can do is prepare for it. Because victory does not belong to those who never face problems, but to those who learn to navigate turbulence with mastery. And speaking of navigating, there is an even more powerful skill to definitively take the helm of your life. Let's now understand how controlling your own mind is the real secret to controlling everything that happens around you. Let go of failures and criticism. Failures and criticism, for those seeking personal growth, are just stepping stones to something greater. Napoleon Hill always reinforced that the power of the mind is not in avoiding falls, but in how we get up from them. People with a successful mindset do not allow themselves to be shaken by other people's opinions, nor do they surrender to setbacks along the way. They understand that every criticism is an opportunity for self-improvement, and every failure a valuable lesson in the manual of life. If today you feel that criticism is paralyzing you, know, you are giving your power away to someone you shouldn't. Reprogram your mind to see negative comments as a compass, pointing to areas where there is still room for personal and professional development. Big names like Steve Jobs and Oprah Winfrey only got to where they are because they didn't give up behind closed doors. They turned every no into fuel to manifest their dreams of abundance and success. Here's a practical tip. The next time you receive a review, write it down. Then coldly evaluate. Does this criticism have a constructive basis, or is it just noise? If it's constructive, thank them mentally and adjust as necessary. If it's just noise, practice the power of conscious indifference and move forward with your plans to get rich, prosper, and build an unwavering success mindset. This way you stay aligned with what really matters, your purpose. Oh, and before we move on, if these reflections are already making sense to you, enjoy and leave your like here on the video. This really helps the channel grow and motivates us to bring even more powerful content about personal growth, self-discipline, manifestation, and mental reprogramming. And of course, if you're not already registered, sign up now and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any new classes that will transform your life. Coming back, letting go of failures also means not carrying the emotional weight of old falls. Those who live in the past lose the present and delay the manifestation of the future they so desire. Remember, every mistake contains a seed of personal growth, and those who know how to plant these seeds reap the fruits of abundance, motivation, and long-term professional development. And it's incredible to realize that, when you stop being a slave to other people's opinions, you make room for something even greater: the freedom to choose where to deposit your emotional energy. And that's exactly what we're going to dive into now. Practice conscious indifference. Practicing conscious indifference is a true art on the path to personal growth. Napoleon Hill talked a lot about the importance of carefully selecting what deserves our attention. After all, the power of the mind is not only in creating, but also in knowing how to ignore. Anyone who sets out to become rich, manifest abundance, and achieve self-improvement needs to understand that not every comment, criticism, or obstacle deserves an emotional reaction. Imagine your mind as a house. Would you open the door for any dirty, messy stranger to come in? Of course. So why allow negative thoughts, destructive criticism, or other people's problems to invade your mental space? Practicing conscious indifference is creating a kind of internal gatekeeper, filtering what comes in and what stays out. This is one of the secrets to developing a rock-solid success mindset and driving the manifestation of your biggest dreams. A practical exercise to strengthen this skill is the emotional energy diary. Write down throughout the day what irritated you, distracted you, or drained your energy. Then analyze, was that really important? If it wasn't, visualize yourself throwing that weight in the trash. This simple but powerful practice teaches you to prioritize what really matters for your personal and professional development, gradually eliminating limiting beliefs that make you waste energy on things that aren't worth it. Practicing conscious indifference does not mean being cold or insensitive, but rather choosing wisely where to place your focus and emotion. Whoever masters this skill gains one of the greatest powers of the mind, remaining at peace even in the midst of chaos. Positive thinking and self-discipline go together here. You need to train, day after day, to reinforce the habit of not reacting impulsively to every provocation or challenge that comes your way. Think of the great achievers in history. They didn't stop to respond to every criticism or shake themselves at every obstacle. They remained focused, firm, cultivating self-improvement and strengthening their own energetic vibration to attract more abundance and wealth. You can, and should, also follow this same path. Remember, what you consciously ignore loses its power over you. And as you strengthen this incredible ability, a new behavior will naturally emerge that further enhances your inner strength. The art of embracing silence as a powerful strategy for manifestation and growth. Let's talk about this now. Silence is a powerful weapon in the hands of those who seek personal growth and mastery of the power of the mind. Napoleon Hill, in his teachings, always valued the act of talking less and observing more. In today's world, where everyone wants to be heard, those who know how to listen stand out. Embracing silence is more than being silent. It is building a successful mindset where energy is not dispersed in empty words, but focused on manifesting one's own goals. When you choose strategic silence, you gain an invisible advantage. In conflict situations, for example, responding immediately can make us fall into emotional traps. But those who take a deep breath and remain silent convey strength, confidence, and self-discipline. Think of great leaders. Many of them have turned silence into an impenetrable shield and a powerful tool for self-improvement. Silence allows you to think before acting, increasing your capacity for mental reprogramming and emotional control. Want a practical exercise? In tense conversations or arguments, practice pausing for 3 seconds before responding. This small gap creates a space between emotion and action, and in that space lies your true power of conscious manifestation. This simple practice reduces the impact of negative thinking, strengthens self-discipline, and makes room for positive thinking to act, bringing more clarity, professional growth, and abundance to your life. Furthermore, silence is a fertile field for intuition to flourish. When you quiet yourself, you can hear the voice within that is often drowned out by the chaos outside. It is in silence that the best ideas emerge, the deepest insights into how to manifest dreams, dissolve limiting beliefs, and build a life of true wealth. Take a few minutes out of your day to sit in silence, just breathing and allowing your mind to slow down. It is important to understand that embracing silence does not mean isolating yourself from the world, but rather learning to choose the right words at the right time with the right energy. This mastery transforms the way you connect with the world around you, making you magnetic to opportunities and to people who vibrate on the same frequency of personal development and self-help. Silence here is synonymous with power, not absence. And as you master this skill, you'll realize that life's greatest victories come not when you speak louder, but when you act smarter. And speaking of acting strategically and powerfully, now it's time to discover why acting without announcing your plans is one of the wisest attitudes to accelerate your success. In the world of personal growth, there is a silent law that great achievers follow to the letter: act without announcing. Napoleon Hill made it clear that those who truly master the power of the mind and have a successful mindset do not waste energy telling the world their plans. They work silently, focused on manifesting results, while most waste energy trying to prove something to others. True success doesn't need to be explained, it just happens. By acting without announcing, you preserve your manifestation energy. Every time you talk too much about your projects, you create external expectations that can generate unnecessary pressure and activate limiting beliefs that sabotage your journey. Mental reprogramming requires strategic silence. Let abundance, professional growth, and self-improvement be perceived through results, not through promises. When you act this way, you attract genuine respect and avoid distractions. Want a practical example? If you are starting a new business, investing in your personal development, or embarking on a journey of financial transformation, avoid disclosing every small step. Instead, focus on concrete actions, studying safe investments such as real estate funds or direct treasury, for example. Read books like The Richest Man in Babylon, or invest time in creating high-income skills. Let the fruits of your labor be your best advertisement. Acting without announcing it is also an act of powerful self-discipline. It requires trust in yourself and the manifestation process. When you understand that the universe responds to vibration, not empty words, you begin to act with more faith and less need for external validation. And this is a lesson that separates dreamers from doers. Absolute focus on one's own path, without getting distracted by trying to impress. True personal growth happens in the quiet behind the scenes. It is in the early hours of study, in solitary training, in affirmations said softly before bed, that the magic of transformation happens. Those who only observe the stage cannot imagine the size of the effort behind the scenes. Therefore, cultivate patience and trust. Work hard in silence, and allow success to scream to you at the right time. And it is precisely by mastering this silent art of acting without needing applause that you develop an even more extraordinary skill: the ability to flow in the face of obstacles without resistance, like a river that runs around rocks. Let's dive into this transformative concept now. Train calm as a superpower. Calmness is not just a virtue. It is a trainable skill and a true superpower for those seeking personal growth and professional development. Napoleon Hill already said that the power of the mind is revealed in serenity in the face of the storm. And see, in a world where everyone reacts on impulse, whoever masters the art of calm becomes a true master of manifestation, attracting wealth, abundance, and opportunities simply by vibrating at a different frequency than most. Training calmness is like sculpting a statue. It requires patience, repetition, and dedication. With each challenge you face with serenity, you strengthen the muscles of self-discipline and mental reprogramming. A simple practice to start with is daily gratitude. When you wake up, mentally list 3 things you are grateful for. This small ritual adjusts your frequency for positive thinking and instantly connects you to the state of abundance and conscious manifestation. Another powerful workout is the practice of conscious breathing. In moments of stress, stop everything and breathe deeply for 1 minute, counting 4 seconds to inhale, 4 to hold the breath, and 4 to exhale. This practice, used even by high-performance athletes, not only reduces anxiety, but also reinforces your success mindset. By calming your nervous system, you become more able to make strategic decisions and act assertively. Trained calm also has a magnetic effect. It attracts people, resources, and situations that vibrate in the same tune. After all, the universe responds to what you emit. If you vibrate in nervousness, you attract more chaos. If you vibrate calmly, you attract more opportunities aligned with your personal growth. Cultivating this state of mind is, therefore, a direct investment in manifesting your biggest dreams, dissolving limiting beliefs, and making space for true abundance. And the most beautiful thing is to realize that trained calm becomes, over time, your new nature. Just as those who train their bodies acquire physical strength, those who train their minds acquire emotional and mental strength. This invisible force is what differentiates the amateurs from the masters in the game of life. Each conscious breath, each choice of gratitude, each non-reaction in the face of chaos is another stone in the foundation of your success mindset. And once you master calm as a superpower, you are ready to act in the world with a silent but absolutely unbreakable force. That same force that transforms dreams into reality and desires into tangible manifestations. Now tell me, are you going to continue letting small stones along the way determine your destiny? Or will you use everything you learned here to build the road to your own greatness? The choice is yours alone, and each decision, each reaction or non-reaction, silently shapes your reality. Think for a moment, what would your life be like if you applied personal growth, mind power, self-discipline, and positive thinking every day? How many doors of abundance and wealth would open if you decided today to be the commander of your emotions and no longer the victim of circumstances? What area of your life most needs this transformation right now? What will you start to change first? Your reactions, your limiting beliefs, your mental pattern? Tell me in the comments. I really want to know what touched you most about this video. Remember, true change happens when we commit to small daily actions. And of course, if you haven't subscribed yet, take the opportunity now to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. This way, you continue to receive content that will feed your mind, strengthen your spirit, and accelerate your personal development. Here, each video is another step on your journey towards realizing your biggest dreams. I'll wait for you in the next video, and remember, acting as if nothing bothers you is the first step to becoming unstoppable. Do you see the video that is now appearing on your screen? He didn't appear to you by chance. Click and see, as it can also help you a lot.